Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, a group from TICTAS welcomes to you in our today's discussion. This is Shamsul Adnan with my teammates going to discuss about some Sufi saints of our beautiful valley of Kashmir. Dear observers, we must know that our Kashmir has produced many Sufi saints and therefore has been the given name Rishwar. These Sufis or Rishis work tirelessly for the people welfare, irrespectively creed, caste, religion. So firstly, Shahid is going to talk about Kashmir remarkable Sufi saint Hazrat Hamza Makdumi Rahmatullahi Alayhi.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the valley of Kashmir, persons who established through their action and precepts captivate the hearts of the people, call them to the true religion, and fill the hearts with the light of monotheism, faith and devotion. Hamza Makdum stands taller among them all. Sheikh Hamza Makdum, entitled Mahbubul Alam and Sultan Arfin. Makdum Sahib was a Sufi mystic born in Tujar Sharif, Sopur, Kashmir in 1494 CE. According to tradition, teen-aged Hamza Makdum studied in the Shamastak monastery for a year and later studied jurisprudence, tradition, philosophy, logics, ethics, and mysticism in the madrasa founded by Sheikh Ismail Kubrawi. The virtuous and justice conscious people are well aware of the fact that Hazrat Sultan Arfin has a special place and prominence in the valley of Kashmir because he did not limit his worship to caves only, but the great service he rendered in the turbulent times to the religion of Islam was practical and spiritual confrontation with opponents of Islam through his preaching and spirituality is his distinguishing attribute and those who tried to tarnish the beautiful face of religion of truth. Hazrat Mahbubul Alam not only thwarted the nefarious effort but also gave life to religion of Islam through his revolutionary activities. Preaching and spirituality, he taught his followers and all the Muslims that the best religiosity and piety is to follow the Quran, Sunnah, religious people, and the Salafist Salihin. Makdum Sahib was influenced by Sayyid Salahuddin Bukhari, Nund Rishi, and Mir Sayyid Ali Hamdani Rahmatullahi Allah. And his famous students were Sheikh Baba Dawood Khaki, Maulana Shamsuddin Pal, Khaja Ishaq Qari, Khaja Hassan Qari, and Haider Tulmuli. Makdum Sahib died at an age of 82 in year 1576 in Srinagar. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Nearly 14 years after his death, King Akbar built a shrine there, which was reconstructed during the Afghan rule by Ata Muhammad Khan at around 1821 AD, located on Hari Parbat. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Shahid, for giving us precious information about our beloved Sayyid Hazrat Hamza Makdumi Rahmatullahi Alayhi. Now, Brother Tahil is going to talk about Sheikhul Alam Sheikh Nuruddin Nurani Wali. Brother Tahil, please proceed.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Sheikh Nuruddin Nurani was a Kashmiri Sufi saint, mystic poet and Islamic preacher. He was born in 1377 at Kaimur district Kulgam in Kashmir. Sheikh Nuruddin is one of the most revered and beloved of the Sufi saints that have ever lived in Kashmir. He was the founder and most popular Sufi saint of the Rishi culture of Kashmir amongst the people of the region. He is also known as Alamdar Kashmir and Nundrish. His message of simplicity, universal love, and an egalitarian philosophy has inspired countless. Kashmiri over the ages, Sheikhul Alam was a great religious poet of Kashmiri language. His poems are known as Shrik. Cultural, social, economic, and moral life of Kashmir is depicted in his Kalame-Dawat-e-Tabligh and Quran Hadith at the core of it. We are indebted to him for creating awareness through his poetry about forests, flora, and fauna. Ecological balance of environment protection. His poetry is extensively discussed in literary and scholarly circles in Kashmir, and much research has done on it. In 1998, University of Kashmir established an institute called Markaz-e-Noor Center for Sheikh Alam Studies to conduct scientific research on Noordian life. Nuruddin died in 1438 at the approximate age of 63. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Sultan Zainul Abidin commissioned a tomb for his body at Sarar Sharif. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Tahil. Here we comes to know that Sheikhul Alam was a founder of Rishi Silsila and he is buried in Sar Sharif. May Allah bless him. Now Sister Alia is going to talk about Hazrat Shams Fakir Rahmatullahi Alayhi.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shams Fakir was a Kashmiri Sufi poet. He belonged to the Qadriya Silsila of Sufism. Muhammad Siddiq Bhatt, namely Shams Fakir, was born in Chinkral Mohalla, Habakadal neighborhood of Srinagar, Kashmir in 1843. Shams Fakir having been born in poor family, it is said that he never received any formal education. He, however, did become an apprentice of Niyamat Sahib, another famous Sufi poet in Kashmir. He became a disciple of another Sufi saint. After his return from Amritsar, he decided to live in Anantnag, Kashmir, where he got married. He came back to his ancestral home in Srinagar for some time. He then meditated for 6 months in a cave at Qazi Bagh in Badgam. After his meditation, he decided to live in Braripura, Krishpura. Many of his poems are on the theme of a mystic for the primal cause of the universe. Shams Fakir's poems use the Kashmiri idioms of his time and also words from Persian, Arabic, and Sanskrit. His poem Miral Nama recounts Muhammad's spiritual journey to God. One of the famous sayings of Shams Fakir is Akha karan mehnat atho temis paran vaiti sham. Akha karan mehnat atho temis paran vaiti sham. Byakha zianan bihit katho yichu zuvas panistam. Shams Fakir died in 1901 and was buried at Krishpura Shamsabad, Badgam, Kashmir. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Thank you.
Thank you, Alia. Indeed, it is rightly said by Shams Fakir that Akha Kara Mehnat Atho Temis Paran Vaitisham Byakha Zenan Bihit Katho Ishizuas Panastan. Now it's time to know about another great Sufi saint, Maulana Anwar Shah Kashmiri. On this topic, Sister Basma is going to talk. Please, Basma, proceed.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Maulana Anwar Shah Kashmiri was born in Lolab district Kapur of Kashmir in 1875. At the early age of 6, he started reading Quran under the instruction of his father Muazzam Ali Shah. His unbounded passion for the acquirement of knowledge compelled him to leave for Deoband, which was a key center of learning of Islamic disciplines. After completing his graduation in Fiqh, Hadith, and Tafsir, he got certificate from the renowned scholar of Deoband Maulana Abdul Rashid Gangohi for teaching the subject of Hadith science to the students at Deoband Seminary. Maulana Anwar Shah had mastered 6 authentic books of Hadith, most of which he remembered on tip of his tongue. He is credited with having contribution to the science of interpretation of Al-Hadith. Due to vast and excessive reading and power of photographic memory, he was as though a moving and walking library. He served as a first principal of Madrasa Amna in Delhi and was a fourth principal of Darul Uloom Deoband and was dean of Deoband for 12 years. Mullah Anwar Shah Kashmiri is regarded as one of the most prolific and versatile hadith scholars produced by the subcontinent. In recognition of his contribution in the field of hadith, literature, and development of various Islamic sciences. Islamic scholar Sayyid Rashid Rida said, I have never seen the more distinguished scholar of hadith than Allama Anwar Shah Kashmiri. His works include Mushkilatul Quran, Fazalul Bari ala Sahih Bukhari, Anwarul Bari, Kunja Asar, and many more. In 1933, Shah became ill and traveled to Deoband for medical care. He continued addressing students there until he died on 28 May 1933. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.
Thank you, Basma. In the present age, when materialism is predominant and we are moving from spirituality, everything is done to achieve the peace of mind, but still peace is not achieved. If the person of this age wants peace of mind, then it is necessary for him to be associated with Awliya Allah. These are the persons in the company of whom the rust of hearts is removed, by the companionship of whom man really becomes worthy and being called a man. Well, we discussed the lives and the contribution of some Sufi saints of our beautiful valley, but there is much more to know about their contribution for society and particularly for Islam. Well, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us people even in modern era commit to studying the sciences of Islam. Ameen, summa ameen. Thank you. Have a nice time.